Headlines of this bulletin. The conference to solicit opinions from certain regional, provincial, and municipal party committees for the project entitled The Strategy of Building and Perfecting the Socialist Rule of Law State of Vietnam to 2030, Vision to 2045. National Assembly Deputy and Deputies of Cần Thơ City's National Assembly Delegation contacted voters after the third session of the 15th National Assembly. Activities in celebration of the 97th Vietnam Revolutionary Press Day. Hello, it's good to see you back here in this edition of Continuous and Top News today. On June 20th morning, in Bình Dương Province, State President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc, head of the Steering Board for building the project entitled The Strategy of Building and Perfecting the Socialist Rule of Law State of Vietnam to 2030, Vision to 2045, chaired the conference to solicit opinions from certain regional, provincial, and municipal party committees for the project. In the process of building the project, the Steering Board has mobilized party committees, party organizations, institutes, universities, experts, and experienced scientists to get involved in the issue. Alongside giving instructions on studying and building 27 theoretical and practical topics, the Steering Board also organized 3 national workshops and 6 symposiums that collected more than 600 opinions from experts and scientists. To perfect this strategic project, representatives of certain regional branches and cities straightforwardly exchanged many major issues such as evaluating advantages, limitations, and experiences in building the socialist rule of law state of Vietnam pointed out in the project and draft resolution. Also on June 20th morning, Party Central Member, Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, Head of Cần Thơ City's National Assembly Delegation Lê Quang Mạnh, Vice Chairwoman of Vietnam Father and Front Central Committee, Deputy of Cần Thơ City's National Assembly Delegation Chương Ngọc Ánh, contacted voters of Bùi Hữu Nghĩa Ward, Bình Thủy Upper District, and Trường Lạc Ward, Ô Môn Upper District, Cần Thơ City. Voters listened to Deputy Chương Thị Ngọc Ánh briefing results of the third session of the 15th National Assembly. Almost opinions are that what voters and people had proposed before the session were typely sent to the National Assembly, and voters' expectations were received, carefully answered and treated. This helps typically clear difficulties and contributes to stabilizing production and business, improving people's life. Voters also expressed delight at many achievements gained by the nation, especially in the areas of economy, national defense and security, control of negativity and corruption, and social security at the time of the outbreak of the pandemic. Voters hope the party state National Assembly to continue paying more attention to the investigation of crimes to avoid losses of state assets. Some other voters' opinions related to some issues of the regional planning, food security planning, environmental planning, suspension projects, and solutions to stabilize the price of petroleum and rare kinds of food. Also on June 20th morning, deputies of Cần Thơ City's National Assembly Delegation, including Party Central Member, Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, Head of Cần Thơ City's National Assembly Delegation Lê Quang Mạnh, Vice Chairwoman of Cần Thơ City's Vietnam Father and Front Central Committee Chương Thị Ngọc Ánh, contacted voters of Ô Môn Upper District. From voters' opinions, Vice Chairman of the City People's Committee Nguyễn Thực Hiện said that the light system on 91B route is expected to be assembled in early July. Signal lights on Route 922 will soon be assembled. Some issues relating to agricultural production associated with consumption, state management on agricultural materials. Party Central Secretary, Head of Cần Thơ City's National Assembly Delegation Lê Quang Mạnh clarified some issues so that voters can understand that agricultural production associated with consumption is one of macro contents. A connection center for producing, processing, and consuming agricultural products will also be built synchronously. Right after the third session of the 15th National Assembly this morning at the hall of the Retired Cadres Club, Cần Thơ City's National Assembly Delegation organized a contact with more than 100 voters who are retired cadres to report voters' results of the third session. As reported, deputies of Cần Thơ City voiced 20 opinions in the group, 3 enhanced and others directly sent to the Ministers of Finance and Transport. Voters expressed their delight at the success of the session. Deputies of Cần Thơ City People's Council of Vĩnh Thành Suburban District have just contacted voters of Vĩnh Trinh, Vĩnh Bình, Thành Lộc, Thành Mỹ, and Vĩnh Thành Thao ahead of the 6th session of the 10th City People's Council 2021-2026 term. Voters of Vĩnh Thành Suburban District proposed competent centers of the city temporarily stop measuring land border to avoid wastage because it has been legally done. Unsatisfactory compensation of land that is revoked to put electric pillars. Voters of Vĩnh Thành Suburban District also suggested competent centers and local authorities devise measures to upgrade the loading capacity of the route of Vĩnh Trinh from 2.5 tons to 4 tons, upgrade and expand the T3 route to serve local demand for traffic and economic development. On to other news. On the occasion of the 97th Vietnam Revolutionary Press Day, the reward of the 16th Cần Thơ City Phan Ngọc Hiển Press Award took place on June 20th afternoon. Attending the event were leaders, former leaders of Cần Thơ City, and revolutionary veteran journalists. 97 years ago, on June 21st, 1945, Thanh Niên, on a youth newspaper founded by Nguyễn Ái Quốc or Hồ Chí Minh, was first published, marking the birth of Vietnam's revolutionary press. Since then, the press is a sharp tool that greatly contributes to serving the leadership and management of the party and the state. With Cần Thơ City radio and television station, Cần Thơ newspaper, Cần Thơ music magazine, and nearly 70 representative offices of Central and French branches headquarters in Cần Thơ, the strong contingent of journalists in Cần Thơ will promote the tradition of Vietnam revolutionary press and will fulfill their task. At the 16th Phan Ngọc Hiển Press Award, the organizing board received more than 190 works from nearly 110 groups of authors who are professional and non-professional journalists in the Mekong region. 48 works won the first, second, third, and encouragement prizes. At the event, the organizing board also presented the trophy for the cause of Vietnam Press to 12 members, merit certificates from Vietnam and the City Journalists Associations to excellent members, and prizes of the 16th Phan Ngọc Hiển Press Award. Also on June 20th afternoon, Cần Thơ City's Education and Training Department organized the press conference on the high school graduation exam 2022. The department also took this occasion to offer congratulations on the Vietnam Revolutionary Press Day. Director of Cần Thơ City's Education and Training Department Trần Thanh Bình emphasized the significance of the press in the publicity task, including the education training area. He hoped that journalists would continue to accompany and support activities of the educational center in the time to come. Regarding the high school graduation exam, in this year's exam that takes place from July 6th to 9th, Cần Thơ City has more than 12,200 examinations to take the exam in 529 exam rooms, 25 official sites at high schools in 9 urban and suburban districts. Preparation for the exam has so far been done as scheduled. On June 20th morning, units including the Road and Water Traffic Police Chambers under Cần Thơ City's Public Security organized the launch for ensuring the safety of the inland road and water traffic. With the target of reducing traffic accidents and taking drastic measures on any violations, in a 3-month peak phase from June 20th to September 20th, Road and Water Traffic Police will organize patrols on national routes and routes running through the city. After the launch, Road and Water Traffic Police Chambers under the city's public security began the peak plan of re-establishing traffic order safety. And last but not least, we have the updated weather forecast. The updated weather forecast also wrapped up this edition of Continues. To watch again, please log on to our website, kenthotv.vn. And now thanks for being with us. Goodbye and see you next time.